Okay, so today we are here at a construction clean for today, and just going to show you some tips on how to detail construction cleans. For construction cleans, I always have on me bronze wool pad. Alex is actually going to use this today. I have magic eraser for silicone, bronze wool, dry steel wool to touch up after, and then also razor, broken razor. Gotta get a new one, but razor for razoring off any stickers, paint, etc., cement. So we're just gonna clean this house today, and I'll give you some tips as we go about how to detail for construction cleanup jobs. Alrighty, let's get cracking away. First impressions, doesn't really look that bad. I think the best thing to see is that there's not a whole bunch of paint on the window. Sometimes you can get extremely lucky with construction cleans. So we start out first with a little bit of bronze wool, clean up that just to kind of see what we're looking at window wise. I can see we have a few silicone things there. As far as frames wise, I always do wipe down, you know, this. So it looks like here all we really have is some silicone left behind. So I'll do that, get rid of the silicone. Get rid of the silicone there. You see how magic erasers are the shit as far as just taking away stuff super quick. It's a little bit hard because it's a cloudy day, so we're not gonna be able to see everything. Construction cleans, try not to go overboard. Try to make a system, or else you'll find yourself really going back and forth on things. For construction cleans, I usually do our normal prices times 2 or 3. For this one, since I didn't see a lot of windows with like heavy spray over or anything like that, I just doubled the price, and I think it's gonna work out quite nice for this particular job. And I always have just a microfiber cloth, especially for construction cleans, because sometimes microfiber cloth can do better than the steel wool as far as removing stuff. So you probably ask, why don't I go straight to using a razor right at the beginning? I try to stay away from using a razor as much as possible if there isn't a ton of paint on the window, and there's not really a lot of paint here. So sometimes the risk is bigger than the reward of just razoring it. I'll show you though. These windows sound fine with the razor, but I know we'll have some tempered ones here too. But if I don't find a reason to use it, I just try to stay away from it. You're gonna have windows you're gonna have to use it on, like stickers there are probably not gonna remove very easily without it, but try to clean the window with reason first with just like steel wool, magic eraser, stuff like that. And then if you really need it, go to a razor. But if the windows sound really good as far as you're razoring them and it hardly sounds like anything happening, then I would go razor them. That's going to be your quickest bet of getting everything off pretty quick. Like going with the steel wool and removing little stuff like this kind of sucks, but it's pretty safe at the same time, and that's why I like it. So like this window in particular has paint here, pretty much paint over the whole window. So it's a garage window too, so I'm kind of not overly worried about it, but it's not not scratching the window. I'm also using a brand new razor. Always use a brand new razor at the beginning of construction cleans. But it's not a tempered window. It will sound kind of bad as you're removing the paint if your second stroke is pretty quiet. That means you're really not scratching the glass. Saying that though, we don't do scratch waivers, but it's a good idea to do them. And I usually find the windows where they're not too worried about them, you get the most like paint. That's not true for every job, but I find that quite a bit. So if you're ever questioning getting leg levelers, that's like the perfect situation right there. Here it gives me the perfect angle. And you see this ladder angle? It's not like I'm too far out. I could even be closer if I wanted to. But this is a good ladder angle as far as, of course you're not gonna slip on like cement like that. But as far as if you're just on the dirt, you'd be really good. So another like a ladder tip for houses, if you're using a ladder, you can always put the ladder on the frame. You could even, on that middle part in between the two panes, you could even put the ladder there if it reached there. That's a really easy way of doing these if you're laddering, so you're not at the very bottom. And that's a really nice thing about standoffs, is that you can get up there a lot safer, be away from the window a little bit, and be able to complete cleans like this a lot easier. So don't be worried about putting weight on that frame. It can totally handle it, unless you're like 500 pounds. If you're 500 pounds, you're probably not a window cleaner. So here we have patio doors, and I can tell, so there's this sticker stuff. This is not gonna come off with anything else except for a razor. I'm gonna just lightly, I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure on this. My razor, I'm gonna try to go light, using a hard, going at it hard can mess up a lot of stuff. I don't usually re-wet after every stroke, but I just, like I'm saying a lot, I try just to be super careful with this kind of stuff. So the bottom of the windows here, I'm finding need to be razored. So these are tempered, but listen. That's the first stroke, right? That's taking stuff off. The second stroke is fine. So you hear that. I find that usually just the bottom of these need to be razored, not the whole window. So usually if this was like a normal house, as far as normal clean, I wouldn't use the step ladder here because I'm tall enough to get to it. But for a construction clean, it's smart to be in front of the glass. So pull out a stool and it's okay. See, I just have these little weird silicone things. I know construction cleans can be very boring, and this video is probably boring, but you can learn a lot from it because, like I said earlier, I think construction cleans are where the most knowledge comes in. You know, storefronts, anything else, it's pretty much the same. Pretty much like the most extreme you go is using, like, you know, bronze wool, maybe a little bit through your day, a razor to remove tape here and there. But construction cleans require, I think, a lot of knowledge, and it's more of like, it's kind of like water fed pole. A lot of people say, you know, water fed pole is easy, when in reality there's a lot that goes in it, and it's hard to feel super confident about water fed pole if you don't know what you're doing. It's the same with construction cleans. If you went to a construction clean, your first couple weeks cleaning windows, you're probably gonna feel like a fish out of water. Where here, even I, after so many years, still with construction cleans, I still get just a little bit nervous. So this is probably the worst window here. Look at that. Most just came off like that. Now here's the problem with concrete like that. If you get that in your steel wool and swirl that around the glass, you could potentially scratch it. So first, it doesn't sound, I think it's okay. I'm just gonna go once over. We got paint here too. Once over with the razor. Get the general amount going. And then we'll mop. Sorry if you're kind of blocked by the ladder ring here. Steel wool it. I like these bronze wool pads better than using like a piece of steel wool. You can see how a window like this really, even though it looks bad, doesn't have to take forever. So if you ever had these little plastic grates on garage doors, right, and you want to not use spray away or something like that to clean these up, these actually come out. Now getting them out is the easy part. After you clean, shine. So putting them back in, what I like to do is just start like this, get that corner in. This will probably take me the longest it's ever taken me to get one in because I'm filming it. Bring out a little bit from here. I like to get this top edge in. Okay. Bring a little bit out from here. Bring that just a little bit. Get that lip in there. Okay. If you see my hand shaking, it's because I have tremors. Don't be alarmed. Okay. And boom, it's all back in. All these windows all cleaned up good. I forgot I was on super view here. This whole video is going to be in super view again. Outside looks pretty good. Okay, that's the last window there. I'm just going to towel off this screen a little bit. Towels, I mean, screens when they're brand new are not very dirty because usually they will wait till the end of when all the major construction is done to put these back in the windows. Damn clip. You son of a gun. It's always the last window of it. Okay, that's that. So okay, so that's pretty much it. Construction clean on this house is all done. Well, anyways, that about wraps it up. Hope this video has helped you out as far as construction cleans. I know it's very repetitive, but that's what you got to do for construction cleans. You got to create a repetitive system to be able to get through it and get through it fast. You can spend a lot of time on every window, so it's important. Make those systems, get used to them, and just repeat the same tools, repeat the same stuff you use every time. It'll help you get through this stuff really easily. Anyways, it's Friday. We might be done. I might have one more thing, but that's it for us and you. And we'll talk to you later. Peace.